Hello guys, in this video we'll be looking at DNA results, predicted phenotype traits and GEDmatch results of a Sumatran orangutan female from Malaysia. This is her predicted phenotype with my NOSHACOT tool. My NOSHACOT tool is predicting her to have dark brown eyes at 76%, snub-shaped nose and black hair at 99%. What's interesting is she did not have derived variants in this variant in TRP1, which chimp and gorilla did have, so it's different from chimp and gorilla in that regard. And she had two derived variants in this other variation in SLC24A4, which is on the screen, you can read it. And it's the same as gorilla, but it's different from chimp because chimpanzee did not have any derived variants here. So when it comes to pigmentation-related SNPs, there's actually some difference between chimp, gorilla, and orangutan. And with snipper-free, she's predicted to have black hair, black skin, and dark eyes, which is why you can see me depicting her looking very exotic here. And she does not have the European no-go learner mutation in DRD2, which is not so surprising because, you know, this is a European mutation and this is literally like a monkey. When it comes to TAC1, she had a 1A1 genotype, which is also found in gorilla, chimp, and Vindija Neanderthal. So this is just something that they all have in common. And humans today, modern humans, don't really have a 1A1. It's a pretty rare genotype for modern humans to have. The implications of a 1A1 is that she had less D2 dopamine receptors in the brain, which means high risk of ADHD and Parkinson's. She did not have the sociopath gene, which I was under the impression that the sociopath gene is a uniquely Homo sapien trait to have, but no, I've seen a Neanderthal with the sociopath gene. I've actually made a video on it. She did not have the EDAR mutation, which is, obviously not because it's a Homo sapien mutation implicated in East Asian facial traits, and she did not have the European lactose persistence mutation. So, obviously they didn't even have, it's literally a monkey. They don't even drink milk from, cows. They don't milk cows, right? It's a monkey, so why would it even have this mutation? They don't have agriculture and cattle herding like us humans. When it comes to risk scores for polygenic illnesses, this is what she scores for coronary heart disease. This is quite a high score for a human, but she's a monkey. Also very high score for Parkinson's for a human, but she's a monkey. Also pretty high score for type 1 diabetes. Once again, the same problem, she's a monkey. Quite a high score for schizophrenia. Once again, this is for humans, and she's not a human. And a pretty high score for bipolar disorder, and a below average score for asthma. Once again, this is meant for humans, not for apes. And this is what she scores with MDLP World Ancient Roots K10 from Admixture Studio. She's scoring mostly archaic man. And I've noticed that every monkey that I've uploaded here, like gorilla, chimp, and this orangutan, they score overwhelmingly archaic man, whereas actual archaic men, such as Neanderthals, score around 60% or 64% archaic man here. And this is what she scores with the MDLP K23B. Once again, you can see mostly scoring 95% archaic human. The same pattern I've seen here. With this calculator, the Neanderthals that I've run through this calculator score from 50 to 60% archaic human, whereas monkeys, who are not humans, are scoring 95, 97, basically overwhelmingly archaic human here. This is what she scores with the Eurogenes K13. She's scoring overwhelmingly sub-Saharan African here. By the way, every monkey that I've run through this calculator or for GEDmatch in general has scored overwhelmingly sub-Saharan African, so make of that what you want. With the Oracle, I like line number 6, Luhya, which is a group in Kenya, plus Irish. So I've heard people say that these orangutans look Irish because they have red hair, so there you go. There's a little bit Irish. This is what she scores with Eurogenes K36. Pretty typical result, they're overwhelmingly pygmy. As you might have figured out already by this point, pygmies are the most similar to all kinds of apes and even Neanderthals out of all human ethnicities today. But this is what she scores with Ethiohelix K10. This is a very interesting result because here she's scoring mostly Khoisan. Now, Khoisan is the component that Neanderthal and the gorilla was scoring. So this is the Neanderthal/gorilla component here on GEDmatch. You could look at it this way. But chimpanzee scored mostly pygmy. So this orangutan is more different from chimpanzee because chimpanzee is scoring pygmy here. This is what she scored with Harappa World. Quite an exotic result because aside from all the West African groups here that she's scoring, she's actually scoring some Northeast European and Baloch. And with the Oracle, there's a funny line here. Oh, line number 16. It's South African hunter-gatherer plus Uzbek, or line number 17. South African hunter-gatherer plus Tajik. Very interesting result. This is what she scores with Gedrosia K3 on GEDmatch. Once again, overwhelmingly sub-Saharan African result. So, who is this orangutan most similar to out of modern humans? Modern humans, sub-Saharan Africans. And this is what she scores with Gedrosia DNA Iran Neolithic K6 from Admixture Studio. Once again, overwhelmingly sub-Saharan African here in the result. I actually used the DNA Kit Studio to compare this orangutan Kiki with other apes. I compared her with Clint Chimp, and with Clint Chimp she was a little bit less similar to him than she was to Katie the gorilla. So she's a little bit more similar to the gorilla than to Chimp. Out of like human samples, the sample that's most similar to this orangutan is Vindija Neanderthal. It's a Neanderthal from Vindija cave in Slovenia. I've made a video on her. Actually, it's a very archaic shifted individual. When it comes to relatively modern human samples, this Mongol, medieval Mongol, was the sample that's actually most different from this orangutan. And this Bob001, which is a South African hunter-gatherer who lived in the Stone Age, is the most similar to this orangutan out of all modern human samples. VLH4, which is a Stone Age Australian, is also pretty similar to the orangutan by human standards. And Villabruna, Western European hunter-gatherer, was also very, very different from the orangutan, but a little bit more similar to the orangutan than the Mongol sample. So basically, despite living in the same living conditions and in the same environment, in the same continent as these orangutan, East Asians are the least similar to it, and Sub-Saharan Africans, especially from South Africa, hunter-gatherers from South Africa, are living in a completely different environment, but they are actually the most similar to it. Thank you for having watched until the end. You can download the sample in 23andMe format from link which is in the description, and leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed my video.